Hello, everybody. This is HQ again. You see the title of the thumbnail. I married a monster and me, a high value man. This story has been hitting the YouTube streets and waves so much about this young lady who just wanted to come up, right? We have to start there, right? Hey, we have to start there. She wanted to come up. And a lot of people want to come up. That don't make us bad people. That just means we're misguided in our direction and thought patterns in life, right? Because there's levels to this shit, right? And she just happened to be one of those women who wanted a leg up. She wanted to come up. And I'm not going to make her feel bad because she wanted to come up. Of course she didn't anticipate whatever went on. Of course not. Nobody anticipates that kind of thing, right? And I could say that there were markers, there were signs that maybe this was not all it was cracked up to be. If we're to believe what she said, right? If we're to believe what she said. And the beginning of her marriage, there were problems. If we're to believe her, right? She said, what'd she say? She said this.
I think shortly after we got married, and this is something that I haven't talked about, I started noticing like certain things changed with him. And I just started to see a few things that I didn't like. But I honestly thought that some of these were things that I could get past. It's like sad to even say like I could get past some of these things.
She said there was things that happened in the beginning of that relationship. Things that happened in the beginning of the relationship. But as we can see through some of her comments in this video, she was essayed 4 times. According to her, 4 times in that relationship before she even had children. How many of us would stay in a relationship and we've been essayed early in that relationship and we have an out? Early in her marriage, because apparently she didn't know this man long. She only knew this man for 6 months before she got married. And 6 months is not long enough for you to know anybody, let alone somebody you're going to marry. But she married him within 6 months. She had 2 sons. 2 young sons, right? But she married him. And she had this traumatic behavior in the beginning of their marriage. But why did she stay? Why did she stay? If it was so traumatic, why did she stay? And I'm not saying it wasn't traumatic. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, if you had enough wherewithal to know that you were being essayed, and it happened once, then it happened another time, then it happened another time, then it happened another time, why did you stay? And I posit that she really didn't have feelings for this man, but he wasn't ugly. He wasn't horrifically ugly. But you took this man as your husband. And I can't say why you did it. I can only surmise. Sure, money. I mean, there's so many red flags, not necessarily to him. The red flag seems to be on her side. Who marries somebody within 6 months of meeting them? Who goes on the internet, finds a person who marries men for money and follows their playbook to do the same thing? That's not a mentally stable person. Unless she's very calculating. Is she calculating? Because this young lady said between her husband and another man, she got involved with the other man first. And she was living with the other man. But since the other man didn't show affection to her children, she decided she was going to be up and out of there. She didn't say anything about what he was, what he wasn't. She was so quick to do that I'm finna move in with a man and marry a man for money thing. She was just taking anybody that came along. And her husband came along. And he had money. That's her fault right there. That's her fault. Because she's doing too much. She's doing too much. Between her and that mindset, that gold dinging mindset, she kind of played herself, right? So let me move on to here. So we get to that. I don't like that whole she telling the story of her child. So this part.
And immediately, my first thought was, did someone touch her? Oh, God. Gosh. So I asked her, I said, baby, did somebody touch you? And she ended up saying it was daddy.
That's fucked up. Even if partially of that is true, that's fucked up. And we can't blame her for that. We can blame her for putting herself in that situation deliberately because there were markers. She only met him and married him within 6 months. She said, "Oh, I did a background check." You did a background check. She saw a sucker and she decided she was going to take him as her husband. She didn't see any markers. She didn't see anything all that time. Yet and still, 5 minutes into the marriage, this dude SAing her 4 times. How is it 5 minutes into the marriage, this man is SAing her? How does that happen and you have no signs whatsoever? You mean to tell me that man fooled you for 6 months straight? Married you 6 months straight? I say both of y'all mentally unstable. Because he knew that you married him for his money. He knew that. Unless he a goofy. This hot young thing married you within 6 months. You almost 50 or you are 50. You a goofy if you think she wasn't over there for money. So you pulled this all onto yourself too. You pulled this all onto yourself as well as her. Both of y'all pulled this onto each other. Two people with agendas, bullshit agendas, falling into the trap. Now, how you have so many kids right in a row? 2, 4, bam, right in a row. Like she got a 2-year-old, she had a 2-year-old, 4-year-old, and she just had another baby. So 4, 2, boom. You just getting pregnant. But how did you get pregnant and you were getting SA'd? How does one stay when you get SA'd like that? Aren't you careful? Aren't you careful about what you did? Aren't you careful about who you marry? But this right here hit me again. Hold on. I don't know how to transition this stuff, y'all. Okay. I don't know how to transition some of this stuff. Okay. Listen to the sister.
Be real. Just want to let y'all know, for the crusties and the dusties, please be mindful of what you put out here on the internet, because you could be getting a lawsuit coming to your doorstep for you putting out accusations of stuff that you have no idea about. Mm-hmm. Everything that I'm telling you right now on this computer screen or on this platform, I'm letting you know that this is the truth. This woman, it's no records that she has been, that little girl has been touched by my uncle. No records. But it is a record that she had a diaper rash. It is a record that she has child abuse charges against her. It is record that her son has sent my uncle threatening messages. It is a record that she's not telling the whole truth on this platform, what she said in the courtroom. The courtroom that she had my nieces sitting in, looking at the wall the whole entire time so that they wouldn't get emotional looking at my uncle, because they love their daddy. And now he has to suffer without seeing his kids because of the fact that this woman wants to lie and slander his name because she did not get what she wanted in the divorce. The divorce that she did not put out there, by the way. Because me personally, if anybody had did anything to my kid, oh, baby, I'm going down there first thing and divorcing this person. I'm not about to sit over there and wait. If anybody rapes me or takes my goods without me and my knowledge or without me saying yes, oh, baby, I'm not about to stay married to somebody like that. That's crazy. But for you to sit over there and say that he's done all these terrible things to you, and yet it took him to divorce you and not you to divorce him.
He divorcing her. Why is it that he divorcing her? Why you ain't down there? Why you ain't down there getting your bread? Why you ain't down there getting the money? I'd be down at the court office talking about I want blah blah, but I want child support. I want this, that, and the other. Da, 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 da. How is it that he divorcing you? Why is he divorcing you? because she ain't have no intention of leaving, because it's the money. And this young lady, her niece by marriage, said this ISIS person has hooked up with her ex-boyfriend to try to blackmail this man into, or threaten this man or this husband into giving up money or provision. How is it that he divorcing you? All day a lawyer would take that case, because the lawyer know he gonna get paid by this rich man who done diddled with the babies. And you went down there and you filed. Why didn't you file the? Wait a minute, hold up. You over there a student of that sprinkle lady? You over there a student of the sprinkle lady. Yet and still, you don't know how to go down there and get your divorce first? Get your ducks lined up in a row. After this go left, you got baby, you pop baby after baby after baby. Why you got caught slipping? How you got caught slipping and he the one who divorcing you? Because I'm going to say, you on some fuckery. All right. I put the phone up. Okay. You on the fuckery. Because we can't believe you. Who in their right mind? He's divorcing her. She don't have no other paperwork that say he did anything to the children. The only thing she got is something where she walked into the building, into the courthouse, and said, I want to file a restraining order against my husband. Because of why? So the clerk typed up them paperwork. The clerk typed up the paperwork saying she wants a restraining order against her husband. And on that paperwork, on that restraining order, it says this person cannot come within feet, blah, 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 or cannot come within blah, blah, blah of these kids. And anybody can go down there and file a restraining order. But you have to give reasons for why you're doing it. I don't see no police reports. I don't see nothing. She ain't pulled up nothing to solidify her side of the case. All we hear is what she's saying. I'm not saying she's lying. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is there's not enough evidence for us to plainly say this man did this to these children. Then the niece said, your son did this. Now, from my understanding, she wiped all her videos clean, y'all. All her videos are clean. So ain't no more videos on the internet except the one that's the 2.1 million things that 1 million views. 2.1 million views. That's the only video that's on. She wiped all the other videos clean. And she did start a GoFundMe. You can go over to her channel right now. It's ISIS, ISIS. There ain't no videos over there because I tried to find the videos. She ain't got no videos over there to help support anything. I couldn't figure out the kids' ages. I couldn't figure out none of that because I had not been following her. I don't follow that kind of bullshit, right? But when I decided to do the story, I was like, wait a minute, hold up. The niece came out and said, your son did it. Your son. And we can't dispute what the niece said. We can't corroborate what the niece said, but we can't ignore it. Because the niece said, you ain't telling us that you finna get a divorce, that he divorcing you. You didn't say nothing about none of that. All of this finding of a child being essayed happened in September. around the 20th, 25th. All that happened around then. That she had to book it out of there. That she had to go. Okay, fine and dandy. Why didn't, as soon as you got the report from the doctor saying she been SA'd, why didn't you hightail it to the police, to the police station and say, I want the marital house. I want a restraining order against him. I want him to get out of the house. I got 5 kids. And you think that court wouldn't have, they would have thrown his ass out of that house. But you left. You didn't stay there. Who advising you? Shira 7 is your girl. Why didn't you say anything? Why didn't you say something to Shira Sprinkle? Why didn't you read some of her chats and find out what you're supposed to do next if things went left? She didn't say nothing about, well, I'm finna leave. She just up and bounced. Didn't have no money. How you been married to this man 5 years or however long you been? I'm assuming you weren't pregnant before you got married. So you had 5 kids. So that's like 5-6 years, right? Okay. 5-6 years you've been married to this man. Where's the money? Where's your money? Where's your credit cards? Where's all that? If you married this man for money and you said you was marrying this man for money, why didn't you have no backup plan? Why wasn't there a backup plan? It makes me think you're a goofy and there's something mentally wrong with you. How is it that a trophy wife don't got no damn money to set herself up if things go left? I'm gonna have my shit in a row. If I'm a trophy wife, the trophy wife got to get an allowance every month, at least $2-3 grand a month, or however much a trophy wife's supposed to get. She said trophy wife. So trophy wife mean you putting money in my bank account where I ain't got to go to you and ask for no money. So therefore, I should have had buku a couple stacks in the bank before we even got started with anything. He should have been buying you jewelry. Y'all should have more than 2 or 3 houses if he got this kind of money. You should have money in the bank. You should have credit cards up the wazoo. You shouldn't be needing no GoFundMe money. You shouldn't even be on here talking about no GoFund money. How you need money and you married to a high value man? Because you either got to be real goofy or you just telling a lie somehow, some way. And I can't prove that you're telling a lie, but I know some of your shit ain't right. Which one of them touched the baby? Was it the son, according to the niece, or was it your husband? You can go down to the courthouse and say whatever you want to say. And they will put it on a piece of paper and then get that restraining order out. Why didn't you get that restraining order? Why would you drag all 5 of your children out of that marital home? Why didn't you drag him out of the marital home and make him have a restraining order against him, and he couldn't come in the house, and you wouldn't be upsetting your children? That's me, Hall Equity. That's me. So something ain't right with this story. Okay, and I'll tell you this. Why is it that he divorcing you? This is the question I got. Why is he divorcing you? If you was all that in a bag of chips, why is he divorcing you? 3 kids in. Did he just start the divorce proceedings because you accused him of SA? Is any of this true that your son may have had a hand in any of this? How is it that a boy is threatening a man? According to that niece, that son has been threatening the husband. Why is he threatening the husband if he the one who did it? If the son, that's another thing. The niece, I don't understand. If the son was doing all this essay, why he ain't over in the corner shutting the fuck up? Why he over here threatening folks? How is the son threatening folks and you and the niece said he the one who did the essay? That don't make no sense. You on some bullshit, girl, Isis. You married this man. No, the niece in the new video, the niece said it was the son who essayed the daughter. I mean, yes, essayed the daughter. And this Isis is trying to cover it up. I'll tell you my story. I'll tell you what I think. I think she married the man for money. I think she been on some bullshit. She had 3 babies right in a row. Boom, 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 boom. She had 3 of them. That's all I need to do is have some babies. And he gonna take care of me for the rest of my life. He's older than her. So she got her a what is it? A pool boy in the corner. That ex-boyfriend in the corner. The niece said the ex-boyfriend was in the picture. Why is the ex-boyfriend in the picture? How does the niece know about an ex-boyfriend? Huh? Unless he been around somewhere somehow. Why is he divorcing you? He divorcing you because he found out that your ass is on some bullshit and your ass is trying to take him to the cleaners. So he shut down all the money. He shut down, kicked your ass out the house. He found out that he knew, first off, he knew you married him for his money. That's why you was having the bullshit go on at the beginning of your relationship, beginning of your marriage. But hey, let me get 2-3 babies out of her. She look good. She a beautiful woman. I can have some beautiful kids. Let me get kids out of her. I know she don't love me. I know she really didn't want me. But I'm going to knock her ass up every chance I get. I'm going to throw her in the bed. I'm going to use her till I can't use her no more. So that's why he's divorcing you. Because he sees the bullshit you on and you got a new dude in the corner. Why you as a trophy wife ain't got no money? That's the other thing. She a trophy wife. She got access to all this money, these credit cards. Come on, y'all. Why she need a GoFundMe? The only way she need a GoFundMe is that he cut her off. Why would he cut her off? Because she did something. It wasn't that he did nothing. She did something. So she could have said all that she wanted to. She could have said, my husband is high value. No, your husband just got money. If he's SAing the kids, he just had money. And that's all you went for was the money. And that's why we're saying you're not a credible person. Don't come on here talking about you know how to get a man with integrity. Don't come on here talking about you know how to get a high value man. And that's all you went for was the money because he was a degenerate if he essayed the children. And he was more than essaying the children because he assaulted you in the beginning before the kids. If it was we don't know. That's what the niece said. That's why we can't. That's why we don't know who to believe. We don't know who to believe because the niece came on here and she was very credible. She was credible because I understand she came on to protect her uncle. I get all of that. But she came with some facts that we didn't know, that ISIS didn't tell us was going on. She didn't tell us that he was divorcing her. She didn't tell us that he left her. She conveniently left out a couple things.
You come on and make a video about it. You didn't come on and say that the nigga was in jail.
Right.
You didn't come on and say right. And if that's his wife and he's in jail, she has all the time to go to the banks, get the money. Don't be coming in here sad mouthing.
Mm-hmm.
You have a YouTube page.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how many followers she had. You got a YouTube page. You're making money off the AdSense revenue of your YouTube page. Don't be coming on here sad mouthing like you're broke. It is another scam. GoFundMe. Me and my kids need a place to eat. We need the place to go. This, that, and the other. It's another scam. It's going to come out in the wash.
Because you get a YouTube. She get a YouTube check, right? She got 2 million views on that YouTube thing, on that video.
Oh my God.
Don't you think that's like a $30,000-$40,000 check right there?
Well, I don't think it. I don't know how much it is, but the whole thing about it is, but it is enough to get you going in the right direction.
My point.
You see what I mean? And once again, she is a wife, which means it's like what you said.
She got access,
and I got just like you said about when your husband passed, and you went to the bank and tried to start grabbing that money out.
Right.
She could have did the same damn thing, but she didn't.
That's right.
And she didn't do it because she wasn't scared. She didn't do it because she didn't know where the damn bank was, or she didn't have a car or anything like that. Because if he had any amount of money or anything, she's just a daggone bull crapper, and she's trying to pull on the heartstrings of women and
people sending her money.
Stupid individuals.
Oh, just crazy.
Exactly. How much money did she make? It was
the
a
last
money
time
grab.
I saw it was like $8,000 she was raising on that GoFundMe. That's the last thing I saw. $8,000. $7,500. I think.
2 or 3 days. $7,500.
Right. And she,
you see what I mean?
She, on this YouTube, she made some money. 2 million views, bro. People keep looking at it over and over and over again. 2 million views. That's got to be 20, 30,000 easy. So we heard from our people. The consensus is we have a problem with this young lady. And this young lady, we don't know. We don't know, young lady, because you wiped your whole channel clean. We don't know what's going on with you. Something in those videos. If somebody had any timestamps or things like that, maybe you could go back and figure out what was going on with her, but we can't figure it out. Now that the niece came out yesterday, we can't figure it out. She's saying you lying. She's saying you dealing with another man. She's saying he divorcing you. Why are you at? Look, that YouTube channel, that video hit 2.1 million views. She got a bag. She got a bag, y'all. Off that one video. That's at least 20, 30 grand. She don't need no GoFundMe. The GoFundMe is the clue. The GoFundMe is the clue, y'all.